Hey guys, Todd with Vapor Hunting Technologies. Today we're going to go over our new VHT spray booth. When you order a spray booth, there's two ways you can order this. One is pre-assembled and one is flat packed. What we're doing here is a flat pack. So if you order it flat pack, you're going to get the bolts, the lock washers, and the nuts to assemble the entire thing. And then you have another bag that will be for your light assembly. You have your LED strip light, you have your power supply, you have your air regulator, and you have your air line here. Your assembly or your machine's going to come in like this. We're going to go through the process now showing you how to set everything up and how everything goes together. You also have a full instruction book that actually shows you what to do step by step, but we're going to give you a video showing you how to do this. So stick around, this ought to be fun. Step one, we actually identified which panels we need. So we have our two sides and the back, and we're installing the back first. The bolt goes in, the lock washer, and then the actual nut on top. You've got 4 screws on each side. If you start with the 4 corners first to stabilize it and then run your other screws in, I wouldn't tighten everything down at first until you get everything assembled, and then go back and tighten them down. That way you have a little bit of leeway if you need to move something. So you have a 4mm Allen hex head on the nut. And what size are that's the screw. What size is the nut? 10mm on the nut. You've got 2 panels at the top and the bottom. The bottom panel is basically a solid panel. You've got 6 holes in that to actually attach to the bottom. And then our top panel over here actually has a large hole, and that's where your light's actually going to go through. When you put your bottom panel on, the lip actually sits to the inside here, and that way your screw holes will line up. You got 3 on each side, and then you have 3 across the back. So the bottom's on. You've got 6 screws on the bottom, 3 on the back. It's time to put the top on. Same thing on the top. Lip goes to the inside. You've got 3 screw holes down each side, and you actually have 3 across the back, just like on the bottom. What he's installing right now is the wire for where the light actually, or the holder where the wire goes through for the light. And now they're installing the clips to actually hold the light in place once you place it inside of the cabinet. The wire inserts through the bottom and pulls all the way through. And you put the clips over and you tighten down. And now your light is actually installed in the cabinet. All right, we're going to do the installation now of the rod holders, and this is what you'll use to hang your parts on when you're actually painting them in the booth. When you put the rack in, you want the bottom part of the hook to be pointed towards the back of the cabinet and pointed down. So the next thing to do is actually install your power switch. 4 holes on the side, there's 4 screws on the back, fits right up against the machine. Carefully remove the outside coating from your wire. You have 2 wires inside. You have a blue and a gray or brown. You'll feed them down through your connector, and you twist the connector clockwise to tighten it up on the wire. The blue goes in front of the white on the top, and the brown goes on top with the black wire. So just to reiterate, blue wire goes with the white, brown wire goes with the black. You're ready to put your cover back on. You have a GFCI plug here to actually power up the machine, and then you have a secondary plug in. This is where you would hook your exhaust fan into. So we're going to install our actual air filter and regulator. The way this is set up, it's going to mount on the right hand side of the cabinet. You can reverse this and move this to the other side, and then you just have to reverse your regulator, and you've got a needle here or an arrow pointing in the direction that the air has to flow. So you want to make sure that when you spin this around, you've got that reversed the way it's supposed to be. But you do have an option to put it on either side. And your air regulator is installed now. So in one of the top holes that you're not going to use, depending on which side you put your switch on, you're going to install a bolt here that's actually going to be basically a place to hook your air spray can or spray gun up to on the inside, just a place to hang it. And now the extra hole that you have, we've got some extra screws and nuts to fill that hole, and that way you don't actually have a place where it can spray out when you're spraying your parts. You've got a 3/8 inch air line that plugs into the front, and you've got a 1/2 inch that goes into the back. And it's a push to connect. So if you pull this back towards the regulator, you can pull it straight out. Okay, so at this point we're going to install the flange on the back where the actual air filter goes in. This is where your hose actually hooks up to go to your blower. So the filter that actually goes in is 20 by 25 by 4. And as we're installing the housing for the filter, if you'll put the filter in first before you install it, it makes this a whole lot simpler. And then we're going to bolt this back on. You've got 3 bolts on each side. that's pretty much it. Our assembly's done. I would like Arthur and Corbin to take a bow. They actually were the ones that assembled all of this for y'all. There you go, thank you guys. If you have any questions, call Arthur. He'll tell you how to fix it. 828-220-4983. Thanks for watching.